Well, good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here, of course, with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. So let's get open for business here and let's wake up those football gods. Man, I tell you what, shout out to Dell coming and getting my shit hooked back up. Thank you, Dell. You know the old saying, you don't miss the water till the well runs dry. Dudes, the well had run dry without my Alienware. You know, I've gotten so used to having it and seeing all these screens lit up in front of me that I didn't realize how important it is to have what I have here in the studio. And it's great to have it back. I'm still getting everything reset because I see the camera's a little bit turned, but it's okay. I ordered a few new pieces to make sure that we don't put too much stress on her and things, and got to redo a few things. But I am excited. I am happy. And I don't know about you. As I sit here and I look at 63 days, 9 hours, 52 minutes, and 25 seconds away from kickoff against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, a game that I believe that the Dallas Cowboys will win, I can't help but to get overjoyed because we get a taste this weekend. This weekend, we have the CSA show in Chantilly, Virginia. We've got Drew Pearson, Tony Thrill Hill. We've got Randy White, and I want to say Rayfield Wright. All will be there for that autograph signing show. So you know what, you know how I roll. You know how I roll. I'll be there with Joe Boo t-shirts. I will be getting autographs, and I will be giving those away to you guys. All right, so now, 2 weeks from today, the Dallas Cowboys will have their first practice in their quest for the 21 season. In 12 days, they will be in Oxnard getting ready for that first practice. We've had all kinds of changes and different attitudes and everything else that have gone on. And the one thing that, there's so many things. It's just so many things that I'm excited about. But I got to say, Dan Quinn. I think Dan Quinn has brought in a sense of urgency and a sense of a chip on the shoulder. One of the things I can say that I think is the best thing that the Dallas Cowboys did. Now, we've got a lot of players that are on big contracts. We know Zeke and Dak and Jalen Smith and things like that. But I think right now, the fact that we got 33 or 34 guys that are basically on one-year deals, that they've created a sense of hunger, that they've got a pack of wolves, and somebody has just thrown some red meat in the middle. Those wolves are coming for that food. They're coming, and they know I got to show up and show off to get my share. I've got to claw, I got to dig, I got to scratch. I might have to bite my brother over here. I'm hungry. I need to eat. This is about survival. And I believe that's what we have right now, because we've signed guys that thought, hey, I'm going to sign with the Cowboys because I know that, you know, Carlos Watkins, hey, I'm going to sign with the Cowboys, man. They ain't got nobody there on the defensive line. I can guarantee I'm going to get a spot. I'll probably be a starter. That guy is sitting there going, wait, what? He's looking around like, holy shit. Look at all these mother humpers they done brought in here. Damn, I might have to look for a new gig. Even a guy who was drafted in the second round, Tristan Hill, he got to come out like a crazed dog too. And this is what's interesting about Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn is a teacher. If you watched me last year during our live streams during the games, nothing made me more disgusted than the effort of tackling. Tackling is an art, okay? And maybe part of it is because the NFL doesn't do padded practices. But we used to do drills like form tackle, where just, you know, after we did our warm-ups and stretching and all that, all of us defensive linemen, what we would do is we'd line up face to face, okay? One guy with one guy. And what you would do is you would go into the middle of the body, wrap your arms around, and that person, put them up on your shoulder. And you carried them for 10 yards. It taught you that this is the point, and I need to grip with the arms. It's the same motion. Now, my buddy Doug West, rest his soul, had it made because I was 220. Doug was about three bills plus. So here it is. I got 3 bills plus that I got to carry for 10 yards. He got 220. He had it made. But we used to do drills like pursuit angles. And it would be, we'd all line up in our position. Coach would move the football, and you had a mesh point where you had to go. And they took guys, so, the defensive ends, they had it made because it was shallow. As the nose tackle, mine is all the way down at the end zone because they know I'm a big fat guy and I don't move as fast. But if I go straight there, I've got a better chance of getting that guy who's coming around out there. The closest distance between 2 points is a straight line. We didn't see that shit last year. We saw guys that were just out of position, that were in position to make a play but couldn't tackle, or guys that are just kind of, meandering through or running right in front of the running back out of bounds. It was just hideous. But Dan Quinn is there trying to rejuvenate some careers. Dan Quinn was talking about Leighton Vander Esch, and this is exactly what he said. I've been really impressed, not just from the OTA time, Quinn said. Every once in a while, you can just see a person that's on a mission. And I think that's what I've seen from Layton Vander Esch since the time I've arrived. You could just feel the energy, the intensity he's putting into his workouts to change his body, to get strong as he can. And from then on, the question is, in meetings, you can feel the urgency to go. Dan Quinn has highlighted tackling. Vander Esch is asked to work over and over again to complete his game. After missing 13 games, you worry about, can he hold up? But he is trying to learn how to tackle properly, how to become the best player that he can be, and be here and get that that new contract. And see, this is what you need because, Doc Walker, former Hog, tight end for the Washington football team. And I can respect players from other teams. I hate the burgundy and gold. I hate him. But Doc Walker is a really cool guy. And the thing that I like about Doc Walker is beyond just being a homer. He's going to tell you like it is. He'll tell you that these guys, listen, I didn't bust a grape with you guys. Your ass can go. I can lose without you. He'll tell you exactly like it is. And he was spot on when he said, it's hard to be hungry when your refrigerator's full. You got plenty to eat. There's no urgency there. And this has been the problem a lot of times as Cowboys. We anoint a guy. You're the starter. You're the man. You get the big contract. And they get in their head. I'm the man. I got the big contract. I ain't going nowhere. It doesn't matter what I do. Until this year. This year, it's different. If you're Jalen Smith, you have to see the writing on the wall. You have to look and say, they drafted 2 linebackers in the first 3 rounds. I'm expendable. If you're Vander Esch and know that I was a first-round draft pick, but I haven't had that 5th-year option picked up and I don't have a new contract, you got to realize I got to show up if I want to be here. And this, I think, is going to end up making a very spirited training camp where people are realizing this is my one shot, my one opportunity, and I got to make the most of it. We got 16 padded practices to show what I can do, my intensity. This is where I think I may have made a mistake by not planning on going to training camp this year. That this year may be for the first time, crazy out there. And when the Cowboys work out with the Rams, that might be some fireworks. I'm telling you. So now, in celebration of having my setback here. I've missed. Oh my God, it was only a couple of days, but I missed having everything here. Whew. Rich Eisen has a bold prediction for the Cowboys' success in Dak in 2021. Let's listen to that.
Who are on Hard Knocks.
We can talk about that right now.
Why not, indeed?
TJ, take it away.
Hard.
Well, I'm for
Knocks.
it, so I want to hear you, who I clearly opposed.
Third
to this
time
idea.
on Hard Knocks. Third time.
Couldn't be less interested in the
Three
Dallas
times a
Cowboys.
charm.
Why? Why?
We're going to see them enough. I mean, they're on national TV enough. As TJ will like to point out, every single sports show talks about them more than we probably should.
Okay.
Why do I need to see behind the scenes? Why do I need to see Jerry Jones in the golf cart at Oxnard? Like, I'm just not that. Mike McCarthy at the buffet. Like, I'm not into it. Like, why do we? Why? There's so many other more interesting and compelling teams that don't get enough media coverage that it would be just a better watch, in my opinion.
Well,
I just don't know why
that's
we
a
need to see
hater.
Dallas.
Here's the reason why I think this happened. I have not spoken to anyone over the weekend since this happened. I think it happened on the Friday that we had left, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
TJ,
the
you
next
tweeted
day.
out, like, it's a good thing we're not on the air today. Well, we're on the air today.
Oh,
Life
damn.
is about creating
Damn.
memories.
Damn.
What better way to create your own than by experiencing?
I know why I got that
think
ad.
nobody else wanted to do it.
I agree with you. I think that's right.
I think that Jacksonville,
agree.
again, the NFL and Roger Goodell wants the show to happen every year. They're mandating it. It's going to happen every year.
Of course
there will
it is.
never be a year in which Hard Knocks does not happen.
Well, it's kind of the highlight of the August.
Well, I mean, fans
really.
love it.
Yeah.
NFL Films is terrific at it. It is a great way to get things going. There is some behind-the-scenes stuff. It is one of the few times the NFL does not mind its product working blue.
I'd imagine HBO pays a pretty penny for this.
And
as
I'm
well,
sure they
right?
do
So-
that as well, yes. And it is a terrific way for fans to see behind the scenes of hard work and progress and dreams coming true and dashed. And it is a terrific program that I think a lot of fans love to see.
Mm-hmm.
But
here we go.
Teams that are exempt include teams with the first-year head coach, Jacksonville Jaguars. That's out. And if a team made the playoffs the year before, that's out.
Yeah, there were 5 eligible
So-
teams. The Cowboys were one of them, along with Arizona, which would have been my pick from this list. Carolina, Denver, and the Giants.
Right. So
Come on, man.
they chose the Cowboys. And one person that I'm sure doesn't mind it is Jerry Jones.
Absolutely.
I think you're going to see him quite a bit. You'll see the Jones family. And the thing that I think that appeals to, NFL Films and Hard Knocks is not only the passionate fan base that follows the Cowboys no matter what they do or how disappointed they may be made, but they're passionate, and fans who dislike them are still interested in them. And they've got various locations. You're going to see the Star in Frisco. You're going to see the stadium.
Yeah.
You're going to see Oxnard, California, where they work out. They're back in Southern California. You're going to see Los Angeles. You'll see Southern California. You'll see Canton, Ohio, because the Cowboys
I'll
are
be there.
in the Hall of Fame game.
I will be there.
You'll see maybe Drew Pearson behind the scenes a little bit, getting ready for his moment.
Yep.
Because he's one of the enshrinees.
We'll see him this weekend.
And you'll see the Hall of Fame on display. You're going to be all over the place.
Yep.
I think there's a lot of appeal for that sort of thing.
You
And I
think we'll
understand.
get,
You'll see Dak. You'll see Dak coming back.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good story. It's a good
You'll
human
see
interest
Dak coming
story, yeah.
back. I mean, obviously, I think Dan Quinn is going to be an interesting, figure to see behind the scenes.
We're going to get a tour of the yacht?
I doubt it.
That's what kind of I'm most
You want
interested
to
in.
Bring the yacht out.
Excuse me. The tour you want is of the Jones bus.
No, I want the yacht.
I don't know, man. We saw remember with the draft
yacht.
last year?
Yacht.
He was like on a Bond villain. He was in this yacht with the
The
white
bus is like a
room and
dinghy compared to the yacht. I want the yacht.
I kind of dig it.
No.
Out of what are the other options that we could have had? The
the ones that were
Broncos?
eligible: Denver, Carolina,
wants
the
those.
Giants, but Arizona. That was kind of the big one with Kingsbury. Speaking of Bond,
Now, if you're
Kyler
Kingsbury,
Murray, Larry
if you're-
Fitzgerald,
if
J.J.
you're-
Watt.
If you're Kingsbury, do you use this in any way, shape, or form? They weren't interested in us.
Yeah. They didn't. HBO and NFL didn't want
But
us.
to the casual fan,
They didn't
like,
want us. They didn't care about J.J. Watt, and they didn't care about Kyler Murray and Kingsbury. That'd have been an interesting one, the
I
Arizona
think that would have
Cardinals.
been a good one, but
Or
I
the
mean-
Arizona Cardinals are like, thank goodness we don't
I don't
have
know
those
how I
cameras
feel
around here.
about it. Like
At
you
Dallas, by
started
the way,
off.
Arizona at Dallas.
I'm
cameras.
getting more excited.
You started
about
off with the fact that I feel like people focus on us too much already as it is.
Well, right.
It ain't going to get any worse.
I think teams that have been in Hard Knocks the last 4 seasons don't have winning records.
Right.
But they didn't before.
But to a casual fan, and like I brought up HBO with the money they're paying, if you're a casual fan, are you going to tune in to see the Arizona Cardinals? I mean, as football fans, yes, I'm going to watch that. But if you're just someone who's kind of whatever and you're flipping around and you see the Dallas Cowboys, that is going to make you
it definitely will
stop and watch.
I didn't watch
Probably
so much of the
wouldn't
Rams
happen
last
with any
year.
of
The Dallas Cowboys.
And I'm going to watch. I mean,
are a
obviously, I'm going to be locked in. It's going to be awesome.
They
The
are,
sprinklers. Tick, 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 tick. It's going to be so cool. And the music.
The sprinkler,
Well,
man.
it doesn't matter what it is.
It doesn't matter who it is.
I
Like,
know.
they could do a Hard Knocks about us, and people would watch.
But like I said, you would watch, but someone else who's not really as fanatic about football as you are.
Except, you know.
Should we do a Hard Knocks about us?
You know, a Hard Knocks on us would be, I think, for one day.
I'm in.
Well, you'd be the most important
I would be.
figure, I think, Mike. Certainly.
I would love it.
How long would the tour of your seafaring conveyance last?
Well, I'd have 2 boats right now. I'm selling the first one, so we could
Oh,
do.
well, that would be
That's an
exciting to
episode,
sell.
man. That's
I'm
half
going
an
out on a
episode.
boat fishing.
And
We're coming out.
And you still have not named
Well,
your
okay.
boat, right?
First of all, the first
Or
one
had
that I'm
any of us
selling,
on his
I'm
boat.
not going to name.
All right,
one.
we kind of lost it there, but you know, it's to me, I'm actually getting more and more excited about the idea of having Hard Knocks this year. I actually am getting more and more excited about it because, you know, the more I think about it, the Dallas Cowboys, you know, what's one more camera when you've already got, you know, 100? What is it? It's not that big a deal. The Cowboys are used to being in the spotlight. And if you're going to say, well, they're not going to go to Super Bowl because they went to, you know, we were on Hard Knocks. Dudes, we haven't been going to Super Bowl the years we haven't been on Hard Knocks. So, you know, you can point to and come up with different reasons and say, oh, the last 4 teams weren't teams that were in the playoffs or had winning records. But I do believe that last year, the Rams were in the playoffs, weren't they? Am I wrong on that? You know, we had the Raiders that were on in 2018 or 19, and that's with John Gruden, and he hasn't had a winning season yet in those other years. In fact, I think that was probably one of the better years that they had. And the Chargers that were on there last year, they improved by like 4 games. And we're not talking about, you know, teams like, say, Kansas City that went on, you know, and were in the playoffs. Remember, you've had to miss the playoffs the last 2 seasons and not have a new coach. You're usually a team that's not doing well. This is kind of more of a unique situation because it wasn't so much that the Cowboys are an awful team as it was they were decimated by injuries. It's one thing if you're the Jets, who had most of their players and just don't have the talent to compete. The Cowboys have talent to compete. They just weren't there, and they get that influx back this season. So that's where you'll see them hopefully turn it around. But who knows? What do I know? I'm a guy with a day job and a voodoo doll, and we've got a lot of work to do today. I got to get some carpet padding. I got to go check on the lumber prices and things. And, guys, if you haven't checked out my other channel, I've got my Joe Boo's Day Job, where, of course, I do my day job. And we're following along with the prices of lumber. The lumber futures crashed, and right now 2x4s went from $807 to $252 at Home Depot. And I believe pressure-treated lumber just took a big nosedive. It kind of pisses me off because I bought a whole bunch of decking boards at $17, and I think they're down to like 10-something now. So if you're looking for information on woodworking or want to follow along and get some tips on how to save some money or how to repair something or have a question, you know, check out my other channel, Joe Boo's Day Job. And with that being said, I'm just so happy that I got my music back.
Our coach here, as always, I want to thank you all for watching.
Thank you, Ron Oliver and Dell.